Alright, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Edward Muzhaffar from Class B, and my student's numbers is 2121222074. And in this occasion, I would like to present my research proposal regarding the correlation between audiovisual learning and students' pronunciation skill in their English education department at Siliwangi University. This is an assignment for my quantitative research in ALT. And then moving on to the next part, we have the content of my presentation. The first, I will introduce you to the proposal I have made. Then I will explain the aim, definition, and use of the proposal. Then I will explain further about the formulation of the problem. And then lastly, I will explain about the research methodology. All right, for the background. Nofantes and Bailey in 1980 stated that after certain proficiency standard, the fault which most severely impairs the communication process in EFL and ESL learners is pronunciation. So the difficulty of pronunciation has been renowned since long ago, and these difficulties not only hinders the communication but also the learning process. However, and then I base my proposal on this background of the research. Mm. And and then effective communication is in intrinsically tied to the language acquisition and proficiency, and with the role of pronunciation being paramount in facilitating clear and meaningful expression. And for the native speaker, this accurate the attainment of accurate pronunciation represents a considerable challenge, as I stated before. And and then the previous study I used to base my research today is from Sadikin, Aprilia Swati, and Bunau in 2015, titled Improving Students' Pronunciation by Listening to the Audiovisual and its Transcription of the Narrative Text. The result of this study tells us that the study found that the audiovisual media provided a good model, or in this case, the native speaker, for teaching pronunciation, and students were able to imitate the model of the speaker. So, the study proved us that audiovisual method is a helpful aid for us in learning pronunciation. And then moving on to the next part, we have definition, aim, and use. There are several definitions here, which is pronunciation skill. Pronunciation skill is defined as the word's pronunciation is generally represented with the used phonetic symbols and represented with phonetic transcription. And pronunciation skill is a certain ability that people have to able to produce or mimic or communicate a certain words correctly. And then audiovisual learning method. Audiovisual learning method refers to an educational method that combines auditory or listening and visual seeing elements to facilitate learning and enhance understanding. And then we have the aim. The aim of the study is to study whether audiovisual learning affects student pronunciation skills or not. And then we have the use. Then we have two kinds of usage here. The first is theoretical significance. The first is contributing to language acquisition theories. And then enhancing pedagogical theories. And then cross-cultural communication studies. As for the practical use, there are several usage, such as improve language learning outcome, enhance language instruction, resource development, self-directed learning, and then professional and academic development. Then we have the formulation of the problem. What is the relation between students' pronunciation skill and audiovisual learning method in the context of English language teaching? There are several methodologies that I use here. The first method is correlational study. And correlational study measures the length and direction of a relationship between two variables. And correlational studies allows us to measure the strength and direction of the relationship between the variable, which is student engagement and English language proficiency.